Today I will teach you about the read function in Python file handling. So for introduction part, you can just go through the previous video of mine. Now today I'll be teaching we use a built-in open function. So whenever we go for file handling, we need to remember three things. One is to open a file, then we do the process of the file, and we need to close the file. So these three things are most important for us. So in order to open a file, we need to use open function. Then processing of the file could be either read data, could be the processing of a file. Then ultimately we need to close the file. So these are the three things what we need to do for reading the content of the file. So here if you can see this line, if you can see this line, I'm using an open function and I'm giving a text file which is read. So we pass two parameters. One is the name of the file, one is the mode of the file. So the mode could be read, write, append. Now that is going to return a file object. Once you get the file object, then you can call the method called read for processing of the file. I'll show you the content of the file. So here in D drive, I have a test1 folder. In that I have saved python.txt. Just double click. And here I have written the content like Python programming is in one line. Second line platform independent portable. The third line scalable and object oriented. So this is the file what I want to read. Okay, so you need to have the existing file to read. So I just minimize this. So I've given the python.txt as the file name to read, and that is in the path, the colon. But here you can see I'm not writing any path. So what I've done is I've uploaded this particular file into the Jupyter Notebook. So there is no requirement of writing the drives. So I'll show you how to upload. So here when you just open your Anaconda software in the Jupyter Notebook, you get this main page. Now you have an option here, upload. Just click that upload and it will open the window for file selection. So you can go for your D drive or whatever the drive is and whichever folder you have set, just select that and click upload, open. Since I've already opened, you can see this is already there. Python.txt is already there. Okay, recently I've uploaded this. So once you upload, then you can use a particular file name dot extension directly. So there is no need of path. Okay. So now I'm opening this particular file for reading by using R mode, and this is the file object. By using that, I'm applying one function called read method, read function, and I put into the print function. So whatever the data is read, it need to print it. Then finally, I'm closing the particular file by using ff is a file object. So just execute this. So you can see the first line, second line, and so the complete data has been read. So I'll show you the file also. So you can just correlate this output here. So here what are that located in a different location, we have to specify the file absolute path. So here in my system, the local system, I put in D drive name. Okay, since I'm having here D colon test1 folder, I have in python.txt. So the same path I'm trying to mention here, but in read mode, the same function read function I'm using and closing the function. So just execute this to get the same output. So this is called as absolute path. This is called as relative path because this particular file already you have uploaded to your Jupyter Notebook. This file is from the local system. Okay. Now, can I read only parts of the file? Now, by default, the read method returns the whole text. So you can see the output is the whole text has been read. But you can also specify how many characters you want to return. So here you can see the same python.txt I'm taking in read mode. Here I can just python 6 characters, space is 7 characters, 8, 9, 10. So 10 characters only I'm reading. Maybe I'll give some 15. Execute that. can see total 15 characters, including spaces been represented. So like this, you can read a specified number of characters also. Okay. Then, so I can apply one method called readline method. So just execute that. Can you see? Only one line is written. Maybe I'll try to just copy this and I go for second line. Okay, I think I have already put here. By calling readline 2 times, you can read the first lines. So I put f dot readline here, f dot readline here. So 2 times I have put. So 2 lines I'm getting the output from the file. So I just execute this. You can see 2 lines, and see you can see the first 2 lines we're getting the output. These 2 lines. Okay, if you write one more line, you get the third one also. Just I'll copy this, execute. So all 3 lines are going to execute. Okay. Now, by looping through the lines of a file, we can read the whole file line by line. So here I've taken again the same f equal to open python.txt.read of read mode for x in f. So I'm taking the file object. From that, every character I need to take and print. Okay, so this is a loop, for loop. For x is a variable, temporary variable. In f is a file object which is holding this complete data. And from that, every character has been taken and printed. So you can see 3 lines. You have 3 lines, you're going to get the output. Okay. So like that, we can use the loops in order to read the data from the file. Now, we need to close the files also. Okay, if you don't close the files, then obviously there could be some problem because the data, whatever is stored in buffer, is not been working properly. So close function is used to close the file. So you can see every time I'm writing f.close. Okay. So I'm reading here only 1 line, so you get only 1 line as an output. But here we want to understand why we go for close function. So note, we should always close the files. In some cases, due to buffering, changes made to a file may not show until you close the file. So if you don't close the file, the changes whatever you're making will not be affected. So obviously, you're just better to close the file. Now, can I read more than 1 line at a time? So readlines method returns a list containing each line in the file as a list item. So you can see instead of read line, I go for read lines. I'm adding s here. So all the lines will be in a list. Can you see the square bracket here? Square bracket. So this is 1 line where is appended with a slash in. The second line, then the third line. So everything is in the list. Okay. So when you use read lines, it will return the complete text as a in the method. So I hope I have given some input on the usage of the read function.